right, guys, it's about that time. Door is closed, so there's no running away now. Hope everybody's happy they came. I'm so excited to see all these new faces in Pilates Sculpt. If you don't know what Pilates is or you've never taken a Pilates class before, there's a lot of people who think it's just stretch. I promise we do get a lot of muscle activation going on as well. There is a component of stretch. There's also a component of balance, but we really just focus on mobility. So we're trying to make sure we have that mind to muscle connection. We are getting that muscle engagement. You will notice toning. I wouldn't necessarily say muscle building. If you want to be a bodybuilder, take small group and then take this class so that you can take small group and do even better. But we're going to start a little bit slower. We usually try to increase the intensity levels throughout the weeks. We have 2 classes every week, so we'll kind of incorporate something new. A lot of the times we do like to use some equipment. Sometimes the equipment is our friend, sometimes it is our foe. You can use the blocks, the rings, the bars in so many different ways. It either increases muscle activation or just helps you with balance a little bit better. Everybody's at their own mobility, range of motion levels right now, so we're just kind of working our way up to it. Today we have a pretty low-key class, no equipment needed, just kind of the basics of Pilates, getting all the muscle groups going. Typical structure for this class is we're going to start with a warm-up. I'm not going to go on as long of a tangent in the very beginning, I promise, so don't worry about that. But we'll start with a warm-up. We'll go into some core work usually. I believe core is so important for every movement you do. If we're standing in a squat, use your core. If we're in a tabletop position, use your core. If we're doing crunches, please use your core. Don't make your lower back take over the work for you because that's just gonna make you more sore tomorrow. I'm a firm believer in core and how we need it in every single class, so we do have a component there. We'll go into some groundwork as well. Groundwork can be arms, it can be legs, it can be anything. Typically we'll focus on a full body movement. And then after we get done with groundwork, we'll go into some standing work just to get some legs going. I love legs, so if your legs love being worked out, you've come to the right place. If not, we always have a modification. If anything does get too hard though, please take a break, take a breather, ask me for a modification or take your own. A modification can be as simple as taking the tempo a little bit slower. Don't go as far into your range of motion. Keep it a little bit tighter if you can. But please don't get hurt. I don't know how to do injury paperwork yet, so please just let's kind of take care of ourselves as we're here. But yeah, there's always a modification to take. Any questions so far? Perfect. Okay, and then we'll do a cool down at the end, but cool down stretching is kind of where we'll get into that. Other than that, we'll go ahead and get started. If you have a watch, don't forget to turn it on. We're going to start on the ground today. Can we get 3 cheers? Hip, hip, hooray. We're going to go down on our back. We're going to let those legs extend all the way. Imagine yourself just being super elongated here. I want you to cactus out your arms, meaning that your elbows are at a 90-degree angle. You have them planted on either side of your body, and we're just going to focus on breathing. Your breath work is so important for every movement you do as well. Every exhale is going to help you get a little deeper into a movement, or every inhale is going to allow you to get a little bit more stability and control with that movement as well. So we're just going to start with some box breathing in through the nose, 4 seconds, and then we'll hold that breath at the very top for another 4 seconds. And exhale, give me another 4 seconds. And at the bottom of that breath, you're going to hold again for, you guessed it, 4 seconds. And we'll repeat this a couple times. Really trying to lengthen. You can even point your toes here if that helps you feel a little bit longer. Really just letting your body fully sink into the mat here. Kind of find a little bit of relaxation before we get into the main part of today's workout. Promise you're really gonna enjoy being here. Do one more sequence of that box breathing in through the nose. Really expand through the lungs. Hold. And exhale out through the mouth. Hold. All right, let's bring those knees up, kind of bend them a little bit, finding almost a reverse tabletop, not quite. We're gonna plant through our toes here and just let the knees drop both to the left, bring them back up through center, and then drop them over to the right. Should be a really nice stretch for the hips, as well as kind of getting some spinal rotation in here. Super important. We're really trying to keep our shoulders planted on the floor as much as possible, but I want you to imagine that you're almost touching the mat with your inner knee. If you can, kudos to you, but it is super hard, so we're just gonna imagine it for now. Still remembering those breaths, keeping those fresh in our mind. One more deep breath in. Let's come back up through center. We're gonna send our left leg all the way out straight again, pulling our right knee up to our chest and just give it a little bit of a hug. Feeling a nice stretch here. You can rock side to side if that feels good to you. And just try to circle that knee. You can do little circles or big circles. Just want to incorporate a little bit of dynamic movement into these warm-ups. And we'll try going the other direction. Circling the knee the other way. We're going to take one last deep breath in. Go ahead and let your right arm cactus out again. We're going to pull that right knee with that left hand all the way over to the left side of our body. Trying to keep, again, that shoulder planted on the mat. Using this time to find a little bit of a twist through the spine, maybe a little bit more stretch through the hip. This should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, maybe you let your back drop a little bit further to the floor instead of twisting so much. We're going to take another deep breath in and come back through center. Send that right leg out. Bring that left leg in. Same thing. Go ahead and do some circles. We're starting super slow today, so if this does feel a little bit mundane or boring, I promise we'll get into the good stuff soon. And we'll ramp up the intensity a little bit more on Thursday. And go ahead and circle that knee in the other direction. One more deep breath in, pulling that left knee with your right hand, cactus out the left arm, and just find a twist through the spine. Again, try to keep that shoulder on the mat if you can. You might try pulling that knee a little bit further. Just do whatever is in your comfort zone for now. One more deep breath, and we'll come all the way back through center. Everybody's favorite part of class. We're gonna get started on some core. So we're gonna bring our feet hip distance apart. They should almost be touchable if you do a little hip tap here. All we're gonna do is bring our fingertips to our temples. We're slowly gonna roll each vertebra up off the mat, coming into a bit of a crunch, lifting that chest up. We're pulling from our lower abdominals. Think about squeezing your ribs to your hips as you lift. And inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Taking this range of motion as far as you can within your comfort zone. So if that just means getting your shoulders lifted a little bit off the mat, that's okay. If it means you're picking your shoulders all the way up off the mat, great. Just make sure you're having that mind to muscle connection. You are pulling through your core. You're not pulling your head up. You've got it. A couple more. Just keep those deep breaths. Taking this time to feel the activation through our core before we start layering on. We do have a few layers to this movement, so just hang in there. One more. This is the last one. As we lift our chest, we're also going to lift our left leg up. And then we will drop everything again. So we're just adding that leg lift in. Isolating that side of our core. Increasing the intensity level. If you do need any modification at any point, and it is a layered movement, go back to the previous layer. You don't have to do all of the level intensities that we add on. Just stay within your comfort zone here. Couple more, you've got it. See if you can lift that chest up a little bit higher. For 3, 2, last one. This time we're gonna lift. We're gonna add a rotation. So twisting to that bent, lifted knee. Come back through center. Lower all the way down. Taking this slow and in control, one step at a time. Be sure you're lifting that shoulder over to the other side. You're not swinging your arm just to get that momentum. You want full activation through the core. Couple more. 3 more, then we layer on. You've got this. Keep that breath. Last one. Hold in that rotation. Extend the left leg all the way out. Rebend. Come back through center and drop. So we're keeping that rotation. We're holding there and we're just extending the left leg out. Find a pace that's comfortable for you. Only have a little bit more here. You've got this. Hang in there. One more, you've got it. This time as we lift, we're going to rotate. Hold in that rotation. We're just extending the leg, rebending. Maybe you bring that knee all the way to your elbow. Hold that rotation, you've got it. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, rebend that leg. Hold in that rotation. Extend your right arm all the way out and pulse up for 8, 7, 6, 5. Activate through the side of your core. 3, 2, 1. Drop it all the way down. Give yourself a little bit of a break. We're going to do some glute bridge work. Glute bridges are so fun, guys. We're going to do a little bit of work there, and then we'll hit the other side, getting through that core. I'm not going to make you do core for the full 15 minutes on the first class. I'm not that mean, I promise. Just go ahead and take a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather. Get some water if you need to. We'll meet back in about 10 seconds and start with that bridging. Abs for days, man. All right, when you're ready, let's meet back. Making sure we have the right form again. So we want our heels to be in line, hip distance apart. You should be able to touch either heel if you can. We're gonna plant our hands on either side of our hips, press through those heels, roll the pelvic floor up and in. So you're tucking your tailbone almost in between your butt cheeks is what it should feel like. And we're gonna lift, pressing the spine all the way up. So just doing a few spinal articulations, rolling each row of your vertebra up and down. Pressing through those glutes, you should feel full activation of your glutes or your butt cheeks at the very top of that movement. If you're feeling a lot in your hamstrings, try walking your heels a little bit closer to your glutes. If you're feeling a lot in your quads, walk your feet a little bit further forward. This movement is so important for us to just figure out the basics of the glute bridge before we start adding on. Remembering those breaths. Exhale as we lift. Inhale as we lower. Rolling that spine. Pressing your hips all the way up to the ceiling.
Couple more. Maybe you can press those hips a little bit higher. Squeeze the glutes the entire time. 4, 2. Last one, holding at the top. Bring your hands up and overhead to a full extension. We're gonna try little pelvic taps here. So hinging at those hips, keep your spine straight, tap your pelvis down, and press up. You should feel a little bit more activation through those glutes here. It's almost just like you're tapping the tailbone to the mat and picking it back up. Deep breath, slow and control. Keep that activation. I know it's hard. You guys got this. Three more, then we're adding on. We love layers. 4, 2. On this last one, hold in that glute bridge, adding just a little heel lift. So picking both heels up and off the mat, then drop and lower, tapping the tailbone down to the mat. Glute bridge up, heel lift, and lowering back down. Full activation. Don't let that lower back take over. Remembering how it felt when we used our core before, we're gonna still use it. Couple more layers here, deep breaths. We're here for 4. 3. 2. Last one, we're lifting all the way up. If you can, hold that heel lift and go back into those pelvic taps. If that is too difficult for you, stay in that normal bridge to a heel lift and alternate. If you want to increase the intensity, and if you can, hold those heels high. You've got it. We're here for 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one, hold at the top. We're gonna add a little adduction work too. Parting those knees wide, activate through the sides of your glutes. Then back through center, drop it down. We're here for 6. Lift, open those knees, close, drop it down. Be sure you're pulling through your side glutes here. Don't put that pressure through your knees. 4 more, you've got it. 4, 3. 2. Then we get into a bit of a burnout here. You've got this. Keep breathing. Take those breaks when you need them. Last one, hold those hips high. Let's just do those adductions so we're not dropping down in that glute bridge. Open those knees and close. Squeeze those glutes. You've got it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Add a double pulse as you close those knees. Pulse up and up, adduction. Pulse up and up, adduction. You've got it. One last burner and then we have a break. For 3, 2. Last one, just give me some pulses. We're here for 8, 7, 6. Can you lift those hips a little higher? Squeeze through the core. 3, 2, 1. Drop it all down. Give those knees a little bit of a hug. Good job, guys. You've got this. Might be a bad time, but a little reminder, we still have the other side of core. So that's super exciting. But then we're done with the core work. So it's like a reward in of itself to do it.
Good job. Get that water if you need to. We'll meet back in about 10 seconds. All right, guys, when we're ready, we're going to take it all the way back down. Find a bend in those knees. Keep those heels close to the glutes, about hip distance apart. Bring those fingertips all the way up to the temples. And we're just going to lift the chest up, squeeze through the core, and lower. Rolling all the way up by each row of our abdominals. We're not pulling our head forward. That's going to make your neck hurt really bad tomorrow, and I don't want that to happen. So we're just going to breathe through it. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Get that activation, and then we'll add on. Slow and in control. 4, 3, 2. Last one, let's layer on. Lift that chest up, bring that knee, that right knee all the way to that tabletop, and drop it all the way back down. Shin's gonna be parallel to the ceiling as we lift. And then we're just gonna lightly drop those toes back down to the mat. Checking in with that core. You might feel the right side isolated just a little bit more. Same as we did for that left side, that's okay. Keep your breath. 4, 3, 2. Last one, let's add in that rotation. So we're bringing our left elbow over to our right knee. It doesn't have to touch. And then we're gonna come back through center, drop it all down. Lift the chest as high as you can, twist, and drop it all the way back down. Paying attention to those muscles. You've got this. We only have a couple more. For 3, 2. Last one. Let's add another layer. We're going to lift. Twist, bring that left oval over to the right side. Extend your right leg all the way straight. Point those toes. Bring it back in, reverse tabletop. Uncurl and lower. Lift the chest. Twist to the right. Extend that leg. Rebend and lower. If you find that extending the leg is hard, try not to extend it all the way down. You can keep that leg pretty high, just alleviate some of the tension in your core. Or you don't have to extend it at all. Remember, you can always keep going with the previous layer. Couple more, you've got this. Check in with your abdominals. Make sure you don't have a tunnel between your lower back and the mat. You really want to press your lower back into the mat here. Bring your belly button to your spine. Last one. Twist. We're going to hold that twist. Just extend and rebend that leg. Extend, rebend. Deep breaths. Take those breaks when you need it. For 4, 3, 2. Last one, rebend that leg. Final burner. Extend your left arm all the way out to the other side of your leg, and we're going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it all the way down. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Deep breaths, guys. Core work is over. We're going to hit some groundwork. Feel free to get some water, take a break. Silently curse me out in your head. That's okay. We're going to live, laugh, love everything tomorrow. And then we'll be besties again on Thursday. So don't stress out about that. Just take your breaks when you need to. Couple more seconds. When we meet back up, we're gonna meet back in that side plank. We're gonna start in a modified side plank. We're gonna lift our left arm all the way over top of our head. Knees are gonna be stacked over top of each other, somewhat in line with your hips here. Send your shins back. Lift that arm up. All we're gonna do is some oblique lifts. So we're lifting up and we're dropping back down. Lift and drop back down. Squeezing through the sides of our core. If you find that you have better balance if you put your hand on your hip, I'm totally not opposed to that. Some people just prefer the lift. Up to you. Keep breathing. Get used to the form. Get used to the mind to muscle connection. And then we will add another layer. For 2. Last one. Second layer. Feel free to flex that foot. Lift the top leg and drop it all the way back down. Lift, flex, squeeze through the glutes, and drop it all the way back down. If you find that your shoulder gets too sore in this position, feel free to keep your hips on the ground the whole time so you're just lifting. Totally up to you and your comfort level. Couple more. You've got this. For 3. 2. You should be feeling that right glute working. Last one. Third layer. Feel free to extend that top leg as you lift. Rebend. Drop it all the way back down. Lift. Extend. Rebend. Drop it back down. Lifting through the obliques. Squeeze through both of your glutes. You've got this. Couple more. Only a little bit more of this movement. Feel free to combo now if you do feel comfortable. So lift and extend at the same time. Drop and bring it in at the same time. Totally optional. Remember, you have that option to keep your hips on the ground if this does get too difficult. Paying attention to what your body is telling you. We're here for 3, 2, last one. Do not drop it down. We're gonna swing that leg forward, swing it back, then we drop. Lift, extend, swing, forward and back, drop it back down. We're here for 3, 2, last one. Can you just swing for me? Forward and back. Almost done. One more little burner left. 3, 2, 1. Hold that leg high. Pulse it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Give yourself a break. Whew. That was fun, guys. Still got the other side to go. Isn't this so exciting? Go ahead and get some water, take a break, get a drink. We're almost done. Now that we got those glutes going. I believe in you. You're doing so good. First class is made to take breaks. All right, when everybody's ready, we're gonna meet in that 4-point position. We're gonna have our shoulders stacked over our palms. Make sure your hips are stacked over your knees. Engage through your core. Make sure everything's lifted. You're pushing through your shoulders. You're not sinking into them. I know you're tired, but we're almost done. You've got it. We're gonna do a little bit of a reset, finding some cat-cows. Deep breath in through the nose. I know we all need to catch up on our breath. Exhale, squeeze the core, round out the back. Inhale, nose to ceiling. Exhale, squeeze through the core. Couple more. We do still have a little bit left on that left side, but we've got this. We're gonna make it through. So I want everybody to box out through your right forearm and then square off your left elbow. All we're gonna do is some hydrants from here. So kick your leg up to the side, squeeze through the side of your glute, then drop it all the way back down. Remember, we're pressing through our shoulders. Don't let your chest sink. I know it's super easy, but we're just gonna try to keep our line of sight over to the tops of our fingers. You don't want to tuck your chin too much, but you also don't want to all the way extend through that neck. We're just focusing on form. Squeeze through those glutes, slow and in control. Deep breaths. And when you're ready, feel free to try to extend into a kickback from that hydrant, then rebend, drop it all the way down. Lift, extend, flex that foot, bring it back in, and drop it down. Feel free to stay with those hydrants too. If you're super comfortable there, not super comfortable with your balance here, that's totally okay. We're here for 3, 2. You've got this. See if you can press that foot a little bit further back. Squeeze through those glutes a little bit more. Lifting up through the chest. Last one. Lift. Press that foot back. We're going to hold that press and just bring that knee to our elbow. Kick back. No more dropping down. Knee to elbow and press back. The only thing that is moving is that leg. Squeeze through the core. Keep your balance. For 5, 4, don't quit on me now, you've got this. 3, 2, 1, you guessed it, extend that leg all the way back and we pulse for 8, 7, squeeze through those glutes. 6, see if you can lift that leg a little bit higher, press through your chest, squeeze through the core. 4, 3, 2, 1, drop it all the way down. I know you guys are so excited for this, but we're gonna take it all the way to the other side, back into those side planks, doing whatever you are comfortable with. So if you took a modification on the right side, make sure you're taking the same modification for the left. We want everything to be even. You don't wanna be more sore on one side than you are on the other. So go ahead and find that side plank position. Shoulder is going to be stacked over that elbow. Hips are going to be stacked over top of each other. Same with the knees. Knees are slightly in line with the hips, a little bit in front of that vertical. You can extend that arm or you can bring the hand to the hip, totally optional, but we're going to pick those hips up off the mat and drop it back down. Really use that core. You've got it. Find a tempo that fits you. This is really just about activation here. Before we add on, get familiar with this movement. Couple more deep breaths. 4, 3. Squeeze through the obliques. 2. Stay lifted through that shoulder. Last one. Option to add that leg lift at the top and drop it all the way back down. The second side always goes by faster. I believe in you. You've got this. Just keep breathing. Maybe you slow down the tempo a little bit more. Just want you to keep that control. Strength is built from time over tension. So the faster you go is not necessarily going to make you stronger. For 3, 2. Last one. Can you add in that leg extension? Bring it back, drop it down. Lift, extend, bring it back, drop it down. Staying within your comfort zone here. Use those glutes. You've got this. For 3, 2, 1.
combo movement. Do you want to combine them all together or keep it separate? Extend, drop it down. Extend, drop it down. Those glutes are burning. I feel it too. Don't worry. Couple more. 3, 2, 1. We add that sweep. Bring it forward, send it back. Drop it down. Lift, extend, bring it forward, bring it back, drop it down. Only 4 more. You've got this. Two. Last one. Just do those sweeps. Bring it forward. Send it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We pulse it out for 8, 7, 6.
Oh my gosh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Say a quick prayer for the glutes if you need to. Tomorrow we're going to feel it, and it's going to feel so great. We're going to stretch it out a little bit. Get some water if you need to. We'll take it back into those tabletop motions. Then we'll do a little bit of standing work. When I say a little bit, I mean it's a little bit. Don't be too scared. Then we'll get to some stretching. So couple more seconds. All right, when you're ready, we're back in that 4-point position. We'll do some cat-cows just to reset a little bit. Get some blood flow back into the arms. Find that breath. Last one. Let's drop down onto that left forearm. Box out with our right. Square off the elbow. We're just going to get into those hydrants. Squeeze through the right glute. I know it's tired from all of that side plank work we just did. You just have to push through a little bit more. If you need a break, take a break. It's totally okay and perfectly normal. Squeeze through that core. The only thing that's moving is the leg. For 2, 1. Maybe you add that press back. Bring the knee back in and drop it down. Lift, extend, bring the knee in and drop it down. You're here for 5, 4, 3. Keep that core strong. Press through those shoulders. Don't let yourself fall between your arms. Last one. Keep that extension. We're just bringing that knee to the elbow and kicking back. No more drop down in between. You've got this. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend that leg back. Can you give me 8 pulses? For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Push back. Find a little bit of a child's pose here. Rock side to side. Catch your breath. Any stretches that you need. We'll go ahead and we'll take another deep breath before we push ourselves forward. Curl those toes up and underneath of you. Send your hips back. Press through the heels of your palms and lift. Just find that downward dog. Pedal out your feet, whatever feels good to you. Stretching out the backs of those legs. And slowly walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Finding a little bit of a forward fold. Swing side to side. Get a little bit more extension through the spine here. And when you're ready, we'll roll ourselves all the way back up to standing. Last little push of class. We've got about 5 more movements left.
So we'll go ahead and get at it. Feet are going to be hip distance apart. We don't want to focus on that wide squat. All we're going to do is send the hips back and down, knees stacked over ankles, arms lift overhead, and push all the way back up. If the arm extension, the arms into a Y, is a little bit too difficult, you can always bring those hands into a prayer as well. This does get really difficult when we start adding weights onto it. So just take whatever variation feels good. Focusing on sending those hips back. Can you bend into those knees a little bit more? Chest is lifted high. We want to keep the core activated the whole time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Last one. Hold in that squat. We're going to lift the right heel, lower. Lift the left heel, lower. Bring it all the way back up. Sorry for your calves. Lift, lift, all the way back up. If the heel lift is too hard, feel free to forego it and just stay with the squats here. I really want you to focus on activating through those quads, squeeze through those glutes. Use your core to lift. That is our focus. Don't forget to breathe. 2 more. On this last one, as we lift the right heel, send the right arm back. Bring it back through center. Lift the left heel, send the left arm back. Bring it through center, all the way back up. You only have 5. 4. 2. Last one. We have 2 burner movements and then we have stretch. I believe in you guys. Now we just hold. Send the arms back, lift the heel. No more standing, just a little hold for 6, 5. Feel those quads working. 3, 2. Last one, each side. Hold in that squat. Bring those hands to prayer. We pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5. Can you drop a little bit lower? Lift that chest. 3, 2, 1. Stand all the way up. Good job, guys. First class done. Wasn't too bad. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Reach all the way up. Expand through the chest. Length through those fingertips. And breathe it all out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, breathe it all out. Last one, really reach. And we'll forward fold all the way over those legs. Let the spine lengthen here. Take a deep breath. And we'll gently walk our hands all the way into that downward dog, paddling out those legs, waking up and stretching out the back sides of the legs. You can add a little thoracic rotation in here as well. Shift the chest to the left and right side. Totally optional. One deep breath, rippling our spine all the way in front of us. Shoulders stacked over the heels of our palms. Gently lower those knees down. Lower the hips, lifting all the way up. Modified upward dog. Take a deep breath, looking over either shoulder. Exhale. Let's send those hips all the way back into that 4-point position. Starting with the left side, just opening up the chest. Lift through the left arm. Exhale, thread it all the way through. Pressing into that left shoulder. If you want to increase the intensity of this stretch a little bit more, you can always pick up that right arm and send it into your back pocket. Just trying to open up the chest. Don't forget to breathe. Another deep breath in. We'll go ahead and plant that right arm back down on the ground. Lift up, extend, and drop back into that 4-point position. Same thing with the other side. Lift, open up the chest, reach, then thread through. Feel free to send that hand into your back pocket if you are able. Deep breaths. Let the body know it's okay to relax here, calming down the central nervous system. One more deep breath in. We'll go ahead and plant that hand back down, reach through the right arm all the way up. Find that 4-point position. We're gonna find that kneeling stance here. Go ahead and reach those arms all the way up and overhead. Feel free to interlace those fingertips, really press the palms up. Side bend to the right. Back through center. Side bend to the left. Back through center. Unhook the hands, roll the wrists all the way down. Interlace those hands behind your back, lift through the chest. Feel free to roll out the neck here. Little bit of time. We're gonna end with one of my favorite stretches. We're gonna bend the elbows, place the hands on the left hip, and just bend the neck. Bring your ear to your left shoulder and feel a little bit of a stretch through your traps. Find that point of tension in your neck and just hold it there until you feel that muscle release. Back through center. Same thing, other side. We're gonna bend those elbows, bring the hands to the right hip, gently drop the ear down, and just roll out the neck until you find that point of tension. Hold it there, and just wait for the muscle to release. Deep breaths. Bring it all the way back through center. That's all I've got for you guys today. Feel free to stay and stretch if you need a little bit more stretching. Congrats on making it through the first day of this session. Today did seem a little bit tough, but it'll get easier as we go, I promise. We'll add in some weights, completely optional on Thursday. Make sure to recover, get enough sleep, eat enough protein, help the muscles out a little bit. I'll see you all again on Thursday.